Hey there, folks. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into the fascinating history of the Soviet Union. So, let's get started. The Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, commonly known as the Soviet Union, was a transcontinental country that spanned much of Eurasia from 1922 to 1991. It was the largest country by area, extending across 11 time zones and sharing borders with 12 countries. The Soviet Union was the successor to the Russian Empire and the third most populous country. It was a one-party state governed by the Communist Party of the Soviet Union and was a flagship communist state. Its capital and largest city was Moscow. The roots of the Soviet Union can be traced back to the October Revolution of 1917. The new government, led by Vladimir Lenin, established the Russian SFSR, the world's first constitutionally socialist state. The revolution was not accepted by all within the Russian Republic, leading to the Russian Civil War. The Russian SFSR and its subordinate republics were merged into the Soviet Union in 1922. Under the leadership of Joseph Stalin, the Soviet Union experienced rapid industrialization and forced collectivization, which led to significant economic growth but also contributed to a famine between 1930 and 1933 that claimed millions of lives. The Soviet forced labor camp system, known as the Gulag, was expanded during this time. In the late 1930s, Stalin's government conducted the Great Purge to remove opponents, resulting in mass death, imprisonment, and deportation. During World War II, the Soviet Union played a decisive role in defeating the Axis powers, suffering an estimated 27 million casualties, which accounted for most Allied losses. In the aftermath of the war, the Soviet Union consolidated the territory occupied by the Red Army, forming satellite states and undergoing rapid economic development, cementing its status as a superpower. Geopolitical tensions with the United States led to the Cold War, with the American-led Western Bloc coalescing into NATO in 1949 and the Soviet Union forming its own military alliance, the Warsaw Pact. Neither side engaged in direct military confrontation, instead fighting on an ideological basis and through proxy wars. In 1953, following Stalin's death, the Soviet Union undertook a campaign of de-Stalinization under Nikita Khrushchev, which saw reversals and rejections of Stalinist policies. This campaign caused tensions with Communist China. During the 1950s, the Soviet Union expanded its efforts in space exploration and took a lead in the space race, achieving several milestones, including the first artificial satellite, the first human space flight, the first space station, and the first probe to land on another planet. In 1985, the last Soviet leader, Mikhail Gorbachev, sought to reform the country through his policies of glasnost and perestroika. In 1989, various countries of the Warsaw Pact overthrew their Soviet-backed regimes, and nationalist and separatist movements erupted across the Soviet Union. In 1991, amid efforts to preserve the country as a renewed federation, an attempted coup d'etat led to the dissolution of the Soviet Union. And that's a brief overview of the fascinating history of the Soviet Union. I hope you found it informative and engaging. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to follow and subscribe for more interesting content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.